our program, we would like to ask our Chicago office to please present. Please join me in welcoming Brother Shea.
Okay, 敬爱的上人、常驻师父、葛师兄 Dr. K and dear brother and sister online, thank you so much. Good morning. And this is Chong Se from Chicago office. I'm here reporting to you our PPE distribution in Midwest. Okay, so this is basically our current situation in the Midwest. And actually, we have for entire Midwest, we have over 1.1 million confirmed cases and 31,000, over 31,000 deaths. So it's really sad. But unfortunately, the Illinois states right now is, I think, the wave 2 is with us now. In June 15. Looks like in June, everything's under control, but starting from August, the numbers start creeping up. So we have average about 2,000 confirmed cases every day right now. So, and we are continuing to deliver PPE to the institution as the needed base and to continue to protect lives. So. And this is the entire Midwest region. We distribute actually over 400,000 PPE, piece of PPE through the Midwest region. And when we received the first batch of the PPE from our master in Taiwan, and the first group of the people we try to take care of is our volunteers and our donors. So. And at that time, as you know, that it's hard to get even a piece of a face mask. So our donors are very touched by our Tzu Chi action. And so they are so touched, we receive a lot of donation coming from our donors. And as you can see, this donor sending $20,000 come to the office. So we really appreciate it. Unexpectedly, our second generation doctors, when they come to our office to pick up the PPE, when they see the tons of PPE Tzu Chi try to donate, they are very touched and very proud of what Tzu Chi are doing. And they, of course, a lot of some of the doctors already volunteer to help us deliver PPE. And of course, they will engage more in our future TIMA activities. Of course, they are very appreciated and very grateful for all the PPE that Tzu Chi donate.
In the beginning of the pandemic, we had limited supplies of personal protective equipment. I contacted Tzu Chi and they were terrific and responsive. I received the requested PPE just within a few weeks, which helped the staff here tremendously. We were able to deliver the needed care with protection. I am incredibly grateful for your kindness and generosity. Thank you, Tzu Chi, for your important contributions throughout this pandemic. Your charitable work has been impactful both locally and globally.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ng. The first PPE distribution is around the April 10th. This Regency Health Home Care, they reach out to all kinds of organizations and they could not find any piece of PPE. They went to FEMA for help, and FEMA contact us and asked Tzu Chi to help them. So we at that time we do not have much of a PPE, so but we help them as much as we can. So let's watch this video.
We have nurses and physical therapists that go into people's homes, and we've been very limited on who we can care for, so thank you.
Because we have been trying, we reached out to each and every organization to help us get PPE supplies for our staff so we can take care of our patients, and we were unsuccessful of getting anything. We have supplies to take care only for one patient. That's what we have right now.
surgical mask.
There's 5 of each.
Because of what we got from you, we will be able to take care of COVID-19 patients in their home settings. Last week, yesterday, we couldn't. We didn't have any supplies.
So the Mount Sinai Hospital is also a community hospital. At the time, they almost used up almost all the PPE, and the doctor are so afraid to go to work in the hospital to care for the COVID-19 patient. So when they come to Chicago office to pick up the PPE, they are so very grateful and happy to get all this PPE. Let's watch this video.
My name's Alex, Alexander Ha. I'm a doctor at Mount Sinai Hospital. It's not like we have zero PPE, but we have very few. Right now, our hospital, we're doing the best we can with the little amount of resources we have. And I want to say that administration is doing a fantastic job, but the reality of the situation is we don't have that much supplies. One of the examples is, for example, you're only supposed to use a surgical mask once per patient. That's how it's supposed, but for right now, we're using one surgical mask for an entire day, and we're using that to cover our N95 masks, which some people are even using those for multiple days. It's not ideal, but it's the best that we can do, so we can take care of our patients as well as protect ourselves. I'm here today because I got a call from the Buddhist Foundation that they wanted to donate 6,000 surgical masks, 500 KN95 masks, I think 100 of these face shields and like 60 goggles, to Mount Sinai Hospital.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Yeah. So another community hospital, Wise Hospital, they told us that the emergency room doctors are in the emergency room. At that time, they took care of over 90 COVID-19 patients without adequate PPE. So the doctor all sleep overnight in the hospital because they're afraid to go home because they are very sure they probably already got infected because without the sufficient PPE. So when Tzu Chi delivered this the PPE, all the doctor and nurse are so grateful and feel relieved because their lives are now protected. So let's watch this video.
Organizing the information on the computer of the hospital's needs, Chicago Tzu Chi volunteers are diligent in making sure they provide immediate assistance.
When I called your organization, I spoke with Amy and Chong, and they were so kind and said that they would be more than willing to help. They said, come immediately. So I'm here on a Saturday. We don't know how long this will go on, and we know that we're going to need to continue to protect our healthcare workers so they can continue to care for these patients. So we're extraordinarily grateful to this organization for the generosity and the responsiveness that they've showed us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
Many of the healthcare workers come to pick up the medical supplies and also visit the Tzu Chi Chicago chapter.
It's a beautiful space out here, and I'm so happy to see it and to meet you guys, and the work that you're doing is really amazing, and we really, really appreciate your support and your donation and helping.
Yes.
And it's really great.
I think it's wonderful what you're doing, and I think more of us need to know about it, right? Because you're kind of in our backyard and we're not aware of, but obviously you're having a huge global impact, so not just here in the US, but also around the world, and that's amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sincere care to help spread seeds of love, Tzu Chi is there on this long road to end the pandemic.
So our strategy doing the PPE distribution is the first round. We want to invite all the medical staff or doctors come to the office, so we can introduce Tzu Chi and to them, so they know Tzu Chi much better. And the second round, we will deliver the PPE to the hospital and promote the vegetarian diet. So a lot of medical professionals really agree with the Tzu Chi very busy movement and adopt a vegetarian diet. So we deliver PPE, not only PPE, we also promote the vegetarian diet. So let's watch this video.
The resumption of work in Chicago has begun as it entered level 4 of the epidemic, and prevention work is even more necessary. Tzu Chi volunteers have brought boxes of medical supplies, and the pace of sending love continues.
I don't think our words can express all the appreciation that the staff, especially the clinical staff, has for all the donations that your group provided. So Weiss is relatively small hospital compared to, we are truly a community hospital. So our population comes from this community, very international. From my perspective, we've been trying to source the protective equipment to keep our patients safe, to keep our staff safe. And as you know, it's very difficult, not only the price, but obtaining it is very difficult. So anything that you guys and everything that you've done for us is greatly appreciated.
Tzu Chi volunteers delivered medical materials to protect medical workers. At the same time, they also promote a vegetarian diet, hoping to use medical workers and their important role to motivate more people to protect lives.
I pledged for 2 meals, 2 vegetarian meals, and the reason I pledged for 2 vegetarian meals because vegetables are very healthy. They provide you with the various vitamins that are needed in everyday life. So, yes, vegetarian.
I also like to take this opportunity to say thank you and very grateful for all our volunteers throughout the Midwest region of all the office in the Midwest region to deliver all this PPE to all the institutions in all the Midwest states. And thank you so much for your listening.
Thank you very much. The Chicago office has always been at the forefront, and they respond to a lot of the requests extremely quickly, especially Brother Shea as well as Yamei Sibu. They literally respond the same day, and certainly a lot of providers are very appreciative of such. Next up, we'll